So this is a group of people. Some have played for a little while, some have played for hardly any time at all. These are all people who are taking bagpipe lessons, sometimes in other places, but we come together as a group, and every year we learn kind of a group of tunes and work on them in part for this, but also just try and get everyone's level up. So we're going to start today with, I don't know if are there any soccer fans here? I can't see anyone because of the lights, but you could say, yeah! Yeah. So Scotland qualified for the World Cup. Yeah. And if you watch any Scottish international games, the song that they sing is the Scottish national anthem. It's called The Flower of Scotland. It was written by a fellow by the name of Roy Williamson in the 70s, and it's kind of become the national anthem of Scotland. They sing it at rugby matches and at soccer matches and all that. I find it a little bit interesting because it's a song about a battle that happened in 1314, and they know all the words, and if you watch the videos, they're kind of amazing, the sound that comes out of the stadium. I have a story myself of playing at a mass band in Scotland, where in the middle of the mass band you couldn't hear the pipes because the singing from the stands was so loud. Anyway, we're not going to sing this one, but we're going to play it. And Wayne's going to start us out with a bit of solo here. It's written by a fellow by the name of John MacLellan, and this tune was a key tune in the World Championship, World Pipe Band Championship this year. Is played by Inverary District Pipe Band. John MacLellan of Dunoon died exactly 150 years ago, or maybe was born 150 years. I think born 150 years ago. And he wrote some fairly famous tunes, including The Road to the Isles, which probably everyone has heard. He wrote The Road to the Isles. Someone heard it on a train, picked it up, recorded it, and made a bunch of money on it before he found out. And then later he got his copyright back on it, and the money came in. But this is his tune, My Dream Valley on the Road to Glendaruel. Thank you. Can you see from out there the looks of fear on their faces? Can you see? There's a little bit of that. Anyway, great job. We're going to move on to a traditional Scottish tune called Will You No Come Back Again? And it's a song allegedly sung to Bonnie Prince Charlie after he had been and had failed in the 1745-46 rebellion. And this song was sung, Will You No Come Back Again? And we're going to start with a little solo with John, well, a duet really. John and Colin are going to start us off, and everyone else is going to jump in. Nice job, you guys. In 1977, so in the fall of 1977, I moved to Scotland and to play pipes and learn more about pipes and get lessons and so on. And the first couple of days I was there, I heard two things. One is I heard Mull of Kintyre was like one of the number one things. And much later on, a little bit later on, a recording of Amazing Grace was like the number one hit in the UK, which is kind of amazing. And it was a recording by the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards, a regiment in the British Army. And they have a pipe band and a brass band, and they combined to put out an album, which you can still buy in, Value Village if you dig through deep enough. And anyway, this Amazing Grace hit, it was huge, and it's kind of become a standard. It's a tune that you learn early on bagpipes. It's played pretty much every time bagpipes are played in mass bands and at events. It's often now played for funerals, and it's one of those funny things where sometimes people say, oh, I really want Amazing Grace, and sometimes they say anything but Amazing Grace. So it kind of depends where you're at. But we're going to go here, and Nathan is going to start us out with the first part, and we're going to jump in. So there are a lot of sad tunes in this bagpipe business. The next one is a slow air called Hector the Hero, which was written by a well-known Scottish fiddler called James Scott Skinner, who lived in the 19th century. And it's written for a Colonel Hector MacDonald, who was a famous Scottish military leader, British military leader. In those days, he was positioned posted in India. He was well known for his skills in battle and so on. He was a great hero to people in the UK. He had some political maneuverings against him, and they were threatening to court-martial him. And he ended up dying by his own hand in a hotel in Paris, I believe, on the way back to his potential court-martial in the UK. So that was considered to be quite a sad event. Not that I'm crying about it now. That was considered to be quite a sad event, and so James Scott Skinner wrote this tune, Hector the Hero, which is played quite often, and it's really a lovely tune. We're going to start out, Dale is going to lead us on our way with this one, and then we'll join in. So, I don't know how familiar you are with the physical aspects of playing the bagpipe, but for people who are relatively new at the bagpipe, there are a few challenges. One of them is remembering the notes and the fingering, like every instrument. Secondly, you have to learn how to control the bag under your arm. The bag is what drives the whole thing. If there's not enough pressure, the drones start to squeal. The drones are the part that come off your shoulder there. If you hit the drones too hard when you start, they might not work. If you don't hit them hard enough, they might not work. If you let them down a little bit while you're playing, they for sure won't work. And then there are all the things that can go wrong with not quite covering the holes. You get some horrendous squeaks and stuff. So overall, it's kind of a challenging instrument, and these people are doing a fantastic job, I think. Wouldn't you say? It's probably all your mums out there, yeah? Okay, so we're going to do one more piece for you. In the traditional bagpipe repertoire, there's a kind of music we call pibroch. And pibroch is a Gaelic word that essentially means pipe music or pipe playing. But it's come to be applied to a particular kind of music that you might call theme and variation. So there is a musical theme, or what we call the Erler in Gaelic, or grounding, and then from that, the themal notes are broken off and there are multiple variations. So pibrochs can vary from about 6 or 8 minutes long to about 25 minutes long. We thought we'd do the 25-minute one for you guys. You up for that? No, we're gonna do a bit of a pibroch. This pibroch is called MacLeod of Raasay's Salute. Raasay is a little island off the north coast of the Isle of Skye. It was held by the MacLeods of Raasay, they were called. One of the most famous pipers in the 19th century came from there, Angus McCoy. And this tune was written by a different Angus McCoy called Angus McCoy Gairloch, who came from another island. I know that you're going to remember this later and be thinking about it. The other thing I was going to say about this is that in the time that this tune was written, there was essentially no written music, no scores for bagpipes. It was all learned by a kind of vocal singing that we call cantrack, which is another Gaelic word, which is essentially singing. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to sing the first line of the ground of this tune for you, and then we're going to play it. So that there's a manuscript written about the mid-19th century that's now referred to as the Campbell Cantrack manuscript, and it was a fellow who sat down and wrote out all the tunes and wrote out the vocables as he knew them at the time. And that was really how pipers learned the tunes. You would go to a teacher and they would teach you to sing the tune, and then when you could sing the tune from memory, then you would go away and play it on the bagpipe and refine it from there. Now, one of the funny side notes about this tune in this group tonight is that when we introduced the topic, and maybe we'll sing that, and the loudest objector was John, who said, "I'm not singing, like, I'm here to play, blah, blah, blah." Anyway, so this has been like a 2-week process of talking John into singing. And then tonight, I thought, just before we came, I thought, I'm going to put together this like handy cheat sheet so that we can all sing off the same sheet. And I brought it, and then in the middle of it, John says, "I think we're missing this bar here." And it's like, oh my goodness, he's right. So he's actually been looking at the singing at home. I think we may have converted him here, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to do the first line, singing. You don't hear my voice directly in the mic, I don't think. Ready? In me, O Rodin, O we, O Rodin, in me, O Chevi, in me, O Rodin, yo we, O we, O in, O in, yo Rodin. Thanks very much, and hope you enjoy the rest of the night. Another big round for the bagpipe. Thanks so much.
everybody, and good evening. Happy Tuesday to you all. My name is Ryan Wheler, and I am the new music director of this lovely Regina Community Orchestra, so thank you all for being here this evening. And big congratulations to the pipers who came before us. They sounded lovely. We would love to start our show for you tonight with a throwback to a very colorful time, I would say. This piece came across our lab and fit our instrumentation perfectly, and the feel, I think, encapsulates who we are as the RCO, and a good way to start our show. So please join us for the hustle. Thank you very much, everybody. Our big ticket item for tonight, we've decided to front load it for you because it is a lengthy one, but a very fun piece nonetheless. This piece was originally commissioned for the Elmo Lopez and Martin High School bands for the city of Laredo, Texas, and Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Wrote that down, make sure I pronounce it correctly. That is a me issue, certainly. Again, we came across this piece, and it's extremely long, and it calls for a wealth of dynamic contrast, as well as very specific articulation. But our orchestra was very much up to this challenge. I hope you enjoy Laredo, Paso Doble. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. We worked very hard on that piece. Very, very proud of where it sits tonight. Very, very proud indeed. Our next piece for you comes to us as this is a piece the RCO has done well before my time. But when I came across it, I was most interested in the fact that I couldn't find any information about it anywhere. And that presents an interesting challenge for me, especially in our modern digital age, to find no information means it all comes down to what can we divine, what can we figure out. And what I was able to figure out was not actually written in the score, but the way the music flows. So I would like for you all to join us tonight for a Moonlight Beguine. And the concert note specifically tells us to play this like a Beguine and nothing else. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you once again, everybody. Thank you once again. The next piece we have for you is one that I decided to dust off from last year because given the time of year, if I'm honest, I couldn't resist. Because October has already passed and our season gets up and running in September. That's a short timeline to have anything ready for Halloween. But when you have music that exists that is specifically designed for both Halloween and Christmas, well, the opportunity takes care of itself. So please join us as we celebrate a Nightmare Before Christmas with This Is Halloween by Danny Elfman. Thank you once again, everybody, and thank you to the Conservatory of Performing Arts for yet another year of hosting the Regina Community Orchestra, and thank you very much in particular to Erica for all the work she puts in behind the scenes. Really appreciate it, Erica, so thank you for that. We leave you tonight with a RCO classic, one that we perform every single year, and it gives me a moment to discuss something we have upcoming. This is a preamble, this little showcase, for our end of semester event on December 11th. So if you find yourself in the Christmas spirit, as many of us do, we would love for you to come down and celebrate it with us, the Regina Community Orchestra, for our Tunes and Turkey Night. It will take place at the Conservatory of Performing Arts in room 039. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Dinner is at 6:30. It's $25 for a meal. And what else was it? And the concert begins at 7:30 with. Well, thank you, Irene. Yes. No, it is free. It is free to enter. The only thing that costs money is the food. So if you'd like to come down and just see some music, no cost to you. We'd love to have you there. So we leave you tonight with a Christmas festival arranged by Michael Story.